Alright, it says that I'm on. Hello everyone, welcome to today's stream slash small video because we're not going to do this long. We're just going to do this very quick because I have an egg that I got to pick up within half an hour. So this is only going to be an half an hour short stream slash video guide for beginner dinos that you should get when you're a beginner on Ark. I'm your host, Wolf Alpha KOTW, and I'm by myself, of course. So we're gonna go off. I'm gonna back up. I'm gonna do this in orbital camera so you don't see what's up ahead. Okay, I am in position. So we're going to be talking about the dinos that you should start taming pretty much right away of the game. Some of these dinos might be a little difficult, but these are just before you start being a pro. You can get these dinos very quick. So yeah, you guys can get these dinos right away. Or not right away. You can get these guys. These guys will help you out with it. It's alright, I'm still doing the giveaway. I will let you know tomorrow what is going to be happening with that. But yeah, guys, here we go. Starting off with the very first dinos. Well, these are 3 sets. One of them is a little difficult to find as well as to tame, but they are a bit fun to get, and they also help you out with a lot of things. And here we go. Okay, first things first, definitely try to get a dodo. Try to get a bunch of them, because once you get these guys, you can start getting kibble from these guys. They're easy tame. You can just punch them and knock them out, give them berries, and then there you go. You got a bunch of dodos that you have tamed. Another one for if you want to get noticed, whether it is if you're on Scorched Earth or on Ragnarok, are these little guys, Jabolas. And yeah, I know a lot of my dinos are going to be events, so just you guys are going to find out. Jabolas are actually good because they let you know when it's going to rain, when it's going to be a heat wave, when it's going to be a sandstorm, all of it. When the weather changes, they will definitely let you know. That's what I like about these guys. You guys just get X plant species plant X seeds and knock these guys out. Give them those as well as get some narcotics or some berries and just let them go ahead and just start taming. Just keep them knocked out with the narcotics as well as with the dodos. You could do berries on both, but I would say go with the seeds because that will go a lot faster, so much faster. The next thing, this one is the little difficult one, is the little otter. This one you have to kill fishes and you have to drag the fish, the dead fish, to it. So yeah, pretty much you gotta do that. You gotta tame it. The one thing is good, if you put it on, it will actually help you out to keep you cool in the heat waves, and it'll keep you warm within the cool areas. So these things are always good to have. And yes, it is so dang cute. I love the otters, like, no joke. The otters are my favorites out of all the pet dinos that carry. There's another pet dino that I forgot to grab. It is the Featherlights. Featherlights, any of the glow pets. If you have the glow pets, you can actually tame them with Z plant species seeds. You pretty much passive tame them and you get them that way. You don't knock them out. They passive tame. Once you get those will actually help you out in the dark areas if you don't have your gamma up, or even if you have your gamma up and you still cannot see. Those glow pets will actually help you out a lot. There's other pets, the monkeys. I'm just gonna call them monkeys because they are monkeys to me. I am not going to try to name. I'm not going to try to say their actual names. Those guys, if you guys are on PvP, those little monkeys, they can unlock doors. So you can go in and sneak in and go crazy for it. Yes, I said that. I said they're good for the cold too. Like on Ragnarok, there is an area where that you'll die within the cold, no matter what. Doesn't matter if you have Mastercraft or Ascendant fur suit, you'll die very fast. But if you have an otter on you, you can actually survive a lot more better. You can survive a lot, so much more better, which is awesome. The problem is you gotta have fish, and I don't think I have fish out, so I am going to cryo my otter, because I do not want my otter to go bye-bye. Alright, it's gonna go into the next dinos, and this dino is actually good for starting off to get berries, and to get and also for PvP kind of situations. And it is the Parasaur. Parasaur has a bunch of features. One, they're awesome to get berries, but the other thing, they are really awesome, they have an alert system. They can detect enemies within the area, which is very awesome. I like that about them. They can actually detect any enemies coming near your base or anything like that. They can pinpoint where they are. If you have these guys at the start, you guys will be starting out very good. That and the dodo. The dodo gives off the kibble, gives off the eggs where you can make the kibble for these guys. So yeah, dodo's good for starting the kibble farms. If you get tons of dodos, got tons of kibble to make, and you can tame a lot of dinos. Next dino to get is the Pteranodon. Basic flyer, amazing flyer to have. They're fast. They can't really hit hard, but they are so fast. The only time they actually do hit hard is when they have their rolling attack. If they do their rolling attack, they actually do quite a bit of damage. That is actually pretty good. All you need to do is bullet them, shoot them in the head with your trank arrows or trank darts, knock them out, put some narcotics, put some meat, or even put kibble. If you don't have the kibble, then definitely put prime meat or mutton in it, and it should be tamed pretty fast. They are very good to have. I actually did a small stream, over a year, almost a year ago now, where I got my first wyvern egg with my Pteranodon. It was a lot of fun. It was pretty easy. But yeah, these things are fun to fly around with. They're very easily to tame. Next, dino. These guys, you would have to get some carrots, so you gotta start your farm to get these guys, or even you could just have mucha berries and you can get these guys. Yeah, the raw meat is good for any raw meat is good to tame any meat eaters. Mucha berries are good for taming the berry eaters. But this next dino is a very good dino to have. You can knock out anything, just about anything. There are a lot of dinos where it doesn't knock out, it actually just kills. And that is the horse. And this is summer. Don't mind the next dino. The horse is actually one of the best dinos, and I do not know why it's on attack target. It should be on passive. For two things. One, you can actually ride it without a saddle. I'll take off the saddle and show you. Yeah, as you can see, it can ride without a saddle. It does its back kick, which knocks out the enemy dino or player. This will help for getting berries. But with the saddle, it is a chem bench, which is very awesome. As you guys can see, there's all the stuff that I can do with the chem bench, plus one other thing, and that is the lasso. Lasso comes with the horses. You can actually lasso an enemy dino or an enemy player and knock them out with the horse. That is actually one of the best things to do. But yeah, that's the horse. I am not going to try to say its exact name. I'm sorry if there's some names that is really hard to say. And time for the next dino is the donkey. No, not the donkey. I'm sorry, the armadillo dino. These guys are fantastic to get stone. They are so good. No, even pro players and non-pro players will actually use these guys. Yeah, I don't really talk about much about the PvP because I don't do PvP. I don't know much about the PvP. But I only go by some experience, so, and probably my strategist mind goes to it too. But yeah, these guys are fantastic to get stone. They have a major weight reduction on them. You can actually gather so much stone and put it on it, and it pretty much, if it will take that whole entire page and more of stone if you have it over 1,000 weight. So they're fantastic to start getting resources and to start building your own little base. They are fantastic with that. The other thing is, and also with these next three, with this one and the other two, these ones are easy to tame because they don't move as fast. They don't. Just get some trank arrows or trank darts or shocking tranks and trank them out, and they're very easy to trank. As long as you're not in the water with the next one, you'll be able to tame it very quick. The next one is the beaver. I am not going to call its actual name, but say hello to Canadian. I named it Canadian because it has the colors. Getting off topic. The beavers are very fantastic to get wood. If you have these guys and you want to go get wood and you want to have a bit of a swimmer, you get these guys. These guys are very slow to get, or not very slow. They're very slow to move on land. They don't move that fast. So you can walk backwards and shoot them. You can just shoot them and just knock them out. Put the berries in, put some narcotics, or even the kibble, and you can tame them very, 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 very quick. I got this one during the Christmas event, which I named it Canadian because it had the two colors, red and white. Oh Canada, my home native land. I'm sorry, couldn't resist. This next one is good for getting metal. good to get flint, and fantastic on weight on the metal. Even pros use this. Say hello to the Ankylosaurus. Ankylosaurus, as I said, they're fantastic to carry metal, raw metal. Not ingots. Ingots are still regular weight on them, I believe. That was a lag. But yeah, these guys are fantastic. And if you actually get them up with enough melee, you mutate them like crazy, and you have them have fantastic weight, fantastic melee. These things can even take down a Rex very easily. Could take like 1 or 2 swings with their tails, and it's done. It is done. But yeah, these guys are fantastic. They're also good for berries. A lot of the berry eaters, they are fantastic to get berries. They're not as great as some of the pro dinos, but they are fantastic. They are still fantastic. This next dino, if I'm guessing right, yeah, it is what I think it is. This has 2 features, which one of the features I actually forgot to bring it down because I have it put away, and these things go with it. They're called the dumb beetles, and I will just call this the pig. Say hello to the pig. The pig is very good. If you have stem berries, you put them in there, you have them to eat it, and they will poop so much that you can give it to the dump beetles and they can make fertilizer very quick. It does 1 fertilizer and 1 oil within, I think it was like 6 minutes. I think it was 6 minutes. But yeah, these guys are fantastic for that. They also gather berries, which is also awesome. They will run away. I'm going to say this. So definitely chase after it, trank it, and once you do, put some narcotics, put some berries or your kibble, and tame it that way. This guy should have been down where the horse is, but these things are pretty awesome. And these are not going by a certain ranking system. They're just going by what you should get at the start. These things are pretty awesome to start with. And now it's time for the next one. These things are good to start getting meat. They do have speed. They do have some melee. They are also good for getting some tames. You can move faster than some of the other tames and knock them out. And it's the raptor. The raptors are fantastic speeds. They move really fast. They jump. They do their pounce attack where sometimes you can knock the players off their mounts. So they're pretty good on PvP. Sorry, clearing my throat. And you could also have your your crossbow or your bow or any weapon that you have, and have it out while you're riding them. They are fantastic for that. This is my girl Blue, which I call Blue, as you guys can see with the blue coloring on his belly. But yeah, they are very good to have. They are fast. Just don't go after cardinals or anything like that above when you first start getting these guys, because these guys will die pretty fast unless you have an army of these. If you have an army of these guys, you're good. You're good. You guys can take just about anything except for Rexes and anything higher than that. Next dino. This one, it was a bit of a pain for me to tame at the start. I started taming this one at the beginning, My buddy had to help me because I ran out of drinks at the time. And this would be the Triceratops. Triceratops, I'm going to say this. They are fantastic for defense. They can take a beating. They do have a good melee attack. They also gather so much berries. So much that you can actually fill up a trough and keep all these berries eaters filled for days. For months even, actually. Depending if you have a regular trough or a tech trough, but the tech troughs are mostly for the pros because they do all the stuff to get the elements and to make the troughs. Getting off topic. Pretty much you can get a lot of berries and you can put it in the troughs or put it in the fridges, and they're beasts. They're very awesome to have. And this next dino is good for berries, but also has a certain ability. The iguanas. I'm sorry, I cannot say that name. It's these guys. If you guys have ever watched the movie Dinosaur, you guys know these guys very easily. I'm sorry, I like it when it's on 4 because it actually looks cool and they actually move faster. These things are fantastic to have. They don't jump. These things are fantastic to have to get berries, as well as they have a very unique ability where they can actually turn everything in their inventory. I just had berries and I turned it into seeds. I should have looked into the inventory and showed you it, but I'll show you very quick. Okay, as you see, I just got berries. And there we go. Into seeds. Very good to start off making a farm with these guys. These guys are so amazing to have. Once you get these guys are awesome to start off a farm where you can start making kibbles very easily. So yeah, there's these guys. These guys are awesome. The next dino, these guys, I'm going to say this, you cannot really tame them. You have to steal an egg. These things are fast. These things are powerful. Once you have these guys, you can actually take down Rexes very easily. And it is the Deinonychus. Deinonychus, as I said, they are very fast, very powerful. Also, they are very good for cave runs. Like, so amazing. If you're trying to go for a lot for the artifacts or for unique items in caves, these guys are fantastic for it. These guys are fast. These guys can climb. You can also shoot your gun while they're on touch of the wall, but problem is, one of the patches, sometime near future, they are going to patch that. They are going to stop that, which to me kind of stinks. I like the idea that you can shoot a gun and tame, or a crossbow. These guys are so easy. Once you get their egg, like, I'm going to say this, use the Trilodon, go to the nest, wait until the adults are so far away, land, take the egg, take it back to your base, hatch it. Less than 2 days, these things will be done and fully grown. Once you have these guys fully grown, these guys are just complete monsters. And the only way you can get these guys are on Valguero. Once you have these guys, they're just amazing. They're just really amazing to have. I've been using these guys For the past month or past couple of months, I have not stopped using them. Anytime I go traveling, I usually take one, or I just ride it, because it's so much fun to ride it. The climbing part is a bit of a pain, but besides that, these things are so fast. Like, they can outrun just about anything. They cannot outrun a flyer, but any land dino they can outrun. The next dino, these things are good to get certain materials for making some armor, or making some saddles, or making paste, cementy paste. And it is saber-tooths. It's not chitin, it's the other thing, the Kirin? I can't remember the name, I cannot pronounce the name right at the top of my head. But these guys are fantastic to get that. You kill stegos, you kill anything that gives you those items, and they will harvest it, so much of it. I would say within 2 hours you should have enough to make so much cementy paste that you can do with just about anything you want. Thank you. I still could not be able to pronounce that. But yeah, these guys are fast, these guys are strong. Once you have them fully up there, they can do just about anything. The only thing they cannot do is climb, but they do so much damage. Well, not so much damage, they do a lot of damage. Thing is, do not go after anything above Rexes and Unis, because they're not that strong against those guys yet. Well, I haven't used it against it, so I don't have no idea. If they are top stats, then yeah, they will be better, but at the start, just taming them, they're not that, they're just good to harvest for those materials that you need. The next dinos, they are good for getting regular kibbles to tame these guys, as well as the trike, and a few other dinos over there, and it is Terrorbirds. Terrorbirds, it doesn't matter what level, they're just mostly only good for getting the eggs. They produce so much eggs that you can actually do just about anything you want. You can just make the kibble, and you can tame more of these guys to get more eggs to make more kibble. Sorry, my mouth is getting a little dry. But yeah, guys, these things are so awesome. If you have them out with another dino, which I will be showing a little bit later, in about hopefully less than 10 minutes. And Strafe, can you put that egg away for me, please and thank you, so I don't miss the time? I'll be very grateful. I hope you're still here. But yeah, Terrorbirds are awesome for kibble making. For regular kibble, they poop out the eggs so fast. You can get you can get 3 within, I would say, 15 minutes, if you have enough of the Terrorbirds. Next dino, they are good to have. They are good flyers. Okay. These things are good flyers. Good to get fish. But they're also good for fishing. You can also fish with these guys while on their back. I am not going to try to pronounce the name. This was my very first one that I've tamed. I got this guy on Bragg a while back before the event happened. But yeah, you guys, I just call these guys gigantic. Actually, I forgot what I used to call them. But these guys are so good. They only eat fish. They are awesome to have. Okay. They are awesome. They're not fast. They can also swim on the water, which is very awesome. They're just pretty cool to have. You can fish. You can bring out a gun and air trank a dino if you want to. Very easy tames. Fish or kibble. Definitely narcotics because they do wake up pretty fast, even with kibble sometimes. Once you have these guys, you can tame just about anything in the air. Just about anything. The next dino, these guys are for pros and for beginners. Just because for the pro side, you can get a certain water dino. A lot of people use these for that. These things are awesome in the water. They have amazing defense. And they're the turtles. I'm not going to say the names. But it's these turtles. They are very good defense. They can take a beating. It is very good to have for these guys. If you put a saddle on it, go in the water. Okay, Google, stop. I should have turned that off a while ago, but I did not. But also they're, as I was saying, they're good to tame one dino, and these are for pros. I'm going to say this: if you just start taming these guys, don't do what I'm going to suggest. Do not go into the deep water and go try to tame a Tuso. If you're a beginner, do not try. I'm going to say that. Do not try, or you will die and you will lose your dino. It is not good to lose your dino. Unless you have backup gear as well as a backup one of these guys. But still, it's not a good idea to go for a Tuso. But these guys are fantastic. They're good defensive dinos. The next dino, I actually forgot what it was again, but we're going to get to it anyway. Ah, it's a dire bear! Ah, my red fur. Dire bears are good for a few things. For attack, and also for gathering honey. If there is a beehive low enough from the trees or cliff, you can actually harvest the honey very easily. The only problem is, on Crystal Isles, they are not good for getting honey. Thank you, Strife. Thank you very much. But these things are also good for another thing. They are fantastic. Not as great as some of the pro dinos, but they are very good for starters. For getting fiber. How to tame these guys is with berries, kibble, or honey. I would say go for the honey, because if you're on Crystal Isles, you just take an Anki, go to the beehives, bash a couple of beehives, come back, put the honey in their inventory, and bing bada boom, you have a dire bear. I am going to say this, you would need some narcotics. They do wake up pretty fast. The next dino is very good. If it's the dino I think it is, this thing is very good to get cementy paste, and it is. It is the frog. The frogs are fantastic to get cementy paste. They are so good. You just kill bugs. There are certain places on the island and certain places, other places in certain maps where you just kill bugs You have these guys to eat it, and they turn the chitin into cementy paste right away. So you can farm a lot of cementy paste so fast, which is awesome. I like these guys because of that. The other dino, you would need some cakes, some veggie cakes to tame these guys. And it is the obvious, as I call them, sheeps. These guys are fantastic. After you tame them, you can ride them, you can have some fun with them, you can jump. They don't move as fast, especially if they're really, really heavy. Unless you have one that has a lot of weight. But as you guys can see, there's partially where it has a lot of wool on it, and there's partial that it doesn't have wool. These things produce wool, aka pulp. It acts as pulp, so you can get a lot of wool from these guys, and you can actually get so much that you can make a fur gear within 20 minutes if you have a lot of these guys. That too. You can also headbutt a couple of people, which is awesome. You go like, beep, bam. It's like, well, you can't do it while you're... Oh, can you do it while you're running? Oh, I'm out of stem, so I can't really show you. I'm gonna wait. There we go. Okay, ran out of stem at the very second, so at the last bit. But yeah, these guys are awesome to get. There are 3 more dinos to show you guys. These guys weren't in the line because I did not really want to move them. One of the dinos is the Oviraptors. If you have these guys, if you want to get a lot of eggs, definitely tame these guys. These guys are only good to knock out, to tame, to bring out, put some stone in their inventory so they cannot move, put on wonder, and if you have dinos that can produce eggs, they help to boost up the time on them. They are fantastic on that part. I love these guys because of that. If you want to start off a kibble farm, these guys are to start with. Get these guys, and then your whole entire kibble farm will produce so much eggs. It is ridiculous. And if you have these guys with an army of dodos, that if you have one male and a bunch of females, the females will produce so much eggs to make basic kibble. You could tame just about any of these guys. Well, not any of these guys, but you can tame some of these guys with just basic kibble, which is awesome. The next dino is part of the bigger class meat eaters. Have a trap if you just started. Make a trap, trank these guys, and these are the cardinals. The cardinals are fantastic melee dinos. They're fantastic. These two are part of my mutation breeding, which I am going to actually try to get their stats combined, because one has a fantastic health, the other one has fantastic melee. I am trying to get an offspring that has both. So I'm trying to do that. But besides that, they are fantastic to have. They're fast, they're strong. They're not as strong as to kill a Rex, but they are pretty strong to have. They are good to start off for meat runs, where you kill off a lot of dinos to get meat. If you were going to go by order for meat runs, raptors, Deinonychus, both of them are good for starters to get meat. Next will be Cardinals. Cardinals will be mid, like, I would say maybe the 5th dino you should try to tame. The other dino, this dino is somebody I heard that you should always try to tame, and I kind of agree with them. You could do the hard way, which is the pro way, which is to gather their eggs, to hatch them and to breed them, or hatch them, then raise them and all that. Or you can grab their food from the ground, their crystals. I am talking about the crystal wyverns. Yes, the crystal wyverns. I know a lot of people are going to say, but dude, Wolf, they're pro dinos. They are, but they're also not. They're a bit of both. They are a bit of both, because if you grab crystals, yes, it diminishes the level boost on them, but you can still tame a crystal wyvern very easily that way. You just, when they're walking around, all you need to do is jump on their back, crouch down, make sure you do not have any gear, just the crystals, and you're on their back. Just crouch down and just feed them. That's all you need to do. It might take some time, but there you go. You will have your very own crystal wyvern. Doesn't matter if it's ember, it doesn't matter if it's tropical, it doesn't matter if it's blood. They all three eat the same. Once you have these guys, you can do just about anything. And I mean just about anything. You can tame just about everything after this. This is like the very end of beginners. Well, not the very end. These are like beginner / very end beginner. They're actually the whole thing, actually. Once you get these guys, you can like go, okay, I am fantastically awesome to get meat. I am fantastic to get kibble. I am fantastic on getting materials that you need. These things are good for more than 2 things. They're good for getting kibble if you have more than one and you have a breeding pair. They're good to get meat runs. They're good to get thatch. They're good to get rare mushrooms. There's also another dino that I actually forgot to get, and those are the kangaroos. If you're starting to raise dinos, you can actually have the kangaroo pick them up, put it in the pouch. It actually slows down their food consumptions, their food rates. It doesn't go down as fast, which is very awesome. So yeah, you guys, those are the beginner dinos you should always have. The RGs are mid. I'm gonna say this: RGs you could get them at the start. They're good for weight. They are good for weight, but they are pretty tricky to tame. But besides that, there's other dinos. But the rest of the dinos I will be mentioning, I'm actually going to put the cryopod away. The other dinos I am going to mention, they are going to be part of the pro tamers, the pro arc players, or however you want to say it, the pro tribe, pro anything. They are the top dinos to get, the top dinos to get harvesting and all of that, as well as top dinos to get eggs or anything like that, where you need to steal an egg and hatch it and breed it. These are fantastic to get, to use, and to get and to get much more dinos. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I enjoyed doing it for you guys. I know this wasn't long. I know this is an educational one. As I always say, you guys, I hope you guys do enjoy this, and I hope you guys do come and join in tomorrow when I'll be talking about the pro dinos. The pros of dinos you should get. This is Wolf Alpha KOTW. I am your host. I should have gone with I'm your host, Wolf Alpha KOTW first, but oh well. I should have done that, but I did not. Either way, I'm your host. I'm glad you guys came and joined. I hope you guys do like this information that I gave you. If you guys have any more questions or have any more advice on stuff that you should know and should get and start off with, please leave it in the comments. Please DM me, ask me the questions, and I might do a little stream or might edit a video and let you guys know how to do them. If you guys did like this, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the little bell notification for future videos and streams. And as always, game on, have fun with friends and family, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.